Hello everyone, this is the Grimm Reader. My name is Kathy Grimm, and since I do have a couple of new subscribers, and even old subscribers may be interested to find out who am I, I'm going to try and do quickly the 25 questions tag. And since I haven't really rehearsed this very much, I'm going to skip over things where I'm just have no good answer. I hope that's okay. But first, I did want to tag a couple of people, just two channels that I have come across. Monty B is the first person I am tagging, and then I'm going to tag Bookish Francie from Bookish Francie, two new channels, or new to me channels that I will, that I'll put their channel links in the description box. So what is my channel about? Well, it's about everything that I'm interested in, which is reading and books primarily. It's a booktube channel and it will remain that. But I do have other interests that you may have noticed, the main one being stationery obsession, hobby. It's a fun hobby. I've always loved stationery. And I just posted my Hobonichi haul video. I'm a little bit backlogged with things I need to post for stationery, but I wanted to put this one up first. So there'll be like my flip through of my journal for August and another unboxing. September is my birthday month, and the whole month is an excuse to acquire new things, books, etc., and stationery. How old am I? In a couple of weeks, I will turn 59, which is rather unbelievable for me too. So next year I'll be turning 60, 60. And yeah, I'm old, but that's okay. I'm fine. I'm happy being this age. I am married to my husband, and that's the next question. Number 3 is your relationship status. Sorry. So I'm 59 and I'm married. Did I go to college, and what is my occupation? I'm a lifelong academic. My career has had a low profile, and I am perfectly fine with that. I have, been sort of tossed about by academic because I teach German. That's my subject. And German is not one that gets a lot of money or support. And so I was had to look around for jobs. I had a number of non-permanent positions, and then I got a semi-permanent position, that being a tenure track job at a small college in Michigan. But then they let me go. They did deny me tenure, and not to make too big of a deal of it right now, but that whole brouhaha, because it did kind of affect the whole little college and me, of course, but the college too, because they really, to let someone go for resource reasons, there's not enough students, whatever, that's one thing, and that's why they did it. But to pretend it's for other reasons, that's kind of, it was, and also to, on the one hand, say, we're not going to let you go for resource reasons, but then exactly to do that, but pretend it's not that. That's exactly what happened to me. And so that's what I mean about being buffeted about by academia. And yet I am still in academia. I still teach. I got a nice non-tenure track, full-time with benefits teaching job at a wonderful university in Southwest Ohio. Some people might know where I teach, and now I'll tell you my last name so you can find out where I teach very easily. So I'm a full-time college teaching professor. By teaching, that means that I'm not on a tenure track, and I don't have to do research. And in a way, I think that's why I'm doing this channel. It's sort of my own little outlet for talking about things that I find fun. So the question of where I'm from is complicated because I'm old. But basically, so I was born in Australia to a New Zealand mother and a German father who had both come there from those places, and lived there for 12 years, but then we all relocated to Germany. And so I'm Australian, and then I'm German. My citizenship is only German. But then I studied English and American literature in Germany, and I got a scholarship to come to America, and I stayed in America. So, and I've been here for the rest of my life with lots of trips to Germany and a couple to New Zealand. So I'm basically Australian, German, American, is what you could say. So, but I'm from those places. Looking back, what would I have told my 10-year-old self? See, this is one I don't really want to dwell on it too much because I can't come up with a good answer. I have no clue what I would tell my 10-year-old self. So I'm just going to skip that one. Now, my family consists of my husband, and basically we're cat people. No kids, just cats. We have 4 full-time kitties, and sometimes they make appearances in our videos. And we have one cat outside who comes to visit for food. His name is Opus. He's adorable. And yeah, so that's it. And I have a sister in Germany, and yeah. Okay, my favorite holiday. I really do like Thanksgiving because I do love food. And I also love that it's kind of the beginning of Christmas, which I also love. I love both. I love the winter holidays are probably my favorite, because it's sort of a cozy time, and I love cozy. I'm more of an indoor person than an outdoor person. And so I really do like those holidays the best. My favorite holiday would be, well, because I have some issues with mobility, you know, an ensconced one, maybe like if I had a lot of money, a cruise. I'm getting into cruise. I've never thought I would be a cruise person, and I'm still just theoretically one. I've never done one. But one where you have a really nice room and nice places that you could go to, Alaska or wherever. I've been looking at the Viking cruises, and I'm sort of dreaming of a cruise. So that would be kind of my ideal holiday right now. That was question 9. I'm not going to even talk about my pet peeves because I can't think of them right now. A book that changed my life. That's another one I need to dwell on a little bit more. I mean, I don't know. I'll come back to these. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job of some of them. See, the next one also. Simple invention that improved the world. Books. The printing press. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not taking these very seriously. Let's get into something that's a little easier. Favorite movies and TV shows. I had mentioned recently that I really am I think Sopranos is probably one of my favorite shows. It is one of the favorite shows ever. When I was growing up in Australia, I really liked the show called Upstairs, Downstairs. Does anyone remember Upstairs, Downstairs? Which was a little bit like Downton Abbey, but I could tell that it was better. I think the acting was better. The storylines were very moving. So if you remember Upstairs, Downstairs, or as it was called in Germany, Das Haus am Etenplatz, let me know in the comments. This is for older people. And I think there's a sequel to it, but I haven't watched that so much. But we all really like that show. Let's see. Oh, describe myself using 3 fictional characters. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. My dream job is kind of what I'm doing. That's 15. If magic was real, what spell would you learn first? I think I would learn how to make myself invisible. Or a fly, so I could fly around and like to be a fly on a wall. That was 16. Oh, a favorite childhood memory. I don't know. I remember apparently when I first saw the ocean in Sydney, I said "ba," meaning bath. I thought it was a huge bath. Ba. I have vague memories of that, going to the ocean in Sydney. And I also remember flying to Germany. So the move to Germany was interesting, and how long it took us to fly over Australia. I kept looking out of the plane and it was still there. It wouldn't end. And then suddenly we were, you know, landing in Jakarta for our first pit stop. So that's, yeah, a little bit about my childhood. My favorite social media platform and why? Probably YouTube, if that counts. I'm addicted to Twitter, but I'm trying to kind of wean myself off of that addiction because I don't think it's very healthy. I don't like Facebook. I like Instagram because I'm interested in kind of the stationery aspects. You know, a lot of people post their pictures of stationery, just pictures of things, pretty pictures of bookshelves, and, you know, I'm very susceptible to the pretty. So, you know, YouTube, a little bit of Insta. I am on TikTok. I think it's I pretend that it's a sociological experiment and I'm not just doing scrolling mindlessly, which with TikTok you kind of have, that's what happens. But I'm glad I figured out sort of a little bit more about what's going on with TikTok. And one thing I still find interesting is how these snippets of music that become viral, like the corn song, if you know the corn, it's corn, the little boy, the delightful little kid saying how much he likes corn, and then it turns into a viral song because someone set it to music, or the British rap song. Anyway, those little kind of viral snippets of music, the oral aspects of TikTok, I find interesting. And I'm also addicted to, because I'm addicted to this sort of, I have my OCD, so, the cleaning videos, and the downside is it does lead to blatant consumerism, because it's all about buy this, buy that. So you have to be careful there a little bit, but it's interesting. That was enough chit chat about that. We're already at 11 minutes here. If you could pick any character who you'd want to spend a day with, I don't know. Maybe, just because recently I read this depressing novel by the Austrian writer Thomas Bernhard. So it wouldn't be terrible to have him like take you to his favorite coffee shop that he also hates, and just kind of hang out with him and have some beautiful Viennese delicacies while you critique everyone in there, and so that might be fun. So because it was an auto-fictional, so it's kind of the author Thomas Bernhard. I'm sure I could come up with other ones, but not right now. My spirit animal, interesting. So I do love cats. I love corgis. But I think my spirit animal are sloths, because I am extremely averse to movement and for reasons. But I do like sloths. So I think they're my spirit animal. But maybe it's like corgis too, and of course cats too. Silly. What old person thing do you do? Well, everything, because I'm old. But you know what? I think part of why I'm kind of okay with being old is that I have been old for a long time, if you know what I mean. Like, I loved cardigans when I was a kid. I loved sitting around reading books when I was a kid. I was kind of nerdy. I didn't like athletic outside things. This was, and I was sort of, kind of old as a young person too. So I'm kind of like, it's good now. I have no hidden talents, which is question 22. I have very few talents in general. I'm pretty good at teaching German, and I'm okay with my fairy tale class. But I'm actually, I don't even drive a car. So, and I'm bad at cooking, and I tried crocheting once. I'm not good at things except, trying to be happy, which I think is important. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Now that is interesting. Moving even more rapidly towards retirement. I'm excited for retirement. Other than that, kind of in the same place, happy, working, not too stressed, healthy, we hope. Not that much of a different place, but chugging forward in a happy, hopeful way. Share an item and tell us its significance. Oh, I should have planned something, because I probably have items like that. I might come back. Just 1 second. I found something to share with you. So in my little bio on YouTube, you see that I wrote that my mother was a writer. She was a science fiction writer and fantasy. And she wrote these 3 books. I'm going to show them to you. So A Princess of the Shamon. This is the first one. Her pseudonym was Cherry Wilder. And it's in the first book, in the Rulers of High Law. And it's sort of high fantasy, very well written. You have to, it's not a quick read. It's sort of well written literary fantasy. Next one is in the series is Yorth the Wolf. And I think Steve Donahue has said kind things about this book at some point. The second book, and I do kind of like these covers that they made. And then the last one is The Summer's King. And we were kind of hoping for them to be more successful than they were, but she was a well thought of writer, sort of well thought of, but under not as well known as people thought she should be. Published by Baen Books, and I'm glad I have these three. So that's my item I share with you. And by the way, if you watch this and you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I will sure to respond. And yes, I think I have already tagged the 2 people that I'm going to tag. So yeah, we're very much at the end. Not too long, I hope. Welcome. I'm going to be making all kinds of fun videos. I'm going to try and like make my videos more easier to respond to. I've kind of figured out that one book things, even though sometimes they're necessary because we want to talk about one book, don't offer the audience that much reason for interaction. Anyway, we'll see how things go. Thank you all for watching. And I never say subscribe, but you know, if you want to, you're welcome to. Because I just don't have that. I don't know why I'm so averse to self-promotion, even though I have a YouTube video. So, you know, I contain multitudes, and I can be rather contradictory in myself, I guess. Anyway, I will talk to you soon, and thank you all for watching. And this is my little introduction. Bye.